Hello and welcome to Melbourne 22, where the games are made up and the points don't matter.
Wrong show, Aaron.
It's worth a shot, Kate. Tonight on Melbourne 22, we commend the efforts of the gentlemen and gentlewomen who participated in this year's Movember.
We get out our best flat sole shoes and go lawn bowling.
And the Quarters join us live in the studio with their latest single.
All that and all this on Melbourne 22 tonight.
Well, we are right into the business end of the season now, aren't we, Kate? Season 3. Yeah. See, you're back.
Yes, I am.
Survived probation. Must be
Yes,
a Kate thing.
It is a Kate thing. How long have you been on probation now for, Aaron?
I have a full-time probation and get strict talkings to every week. It's obvious that you're in it for the money, Kate. I mean, everybody can see it. And you know what they say? Mo money, mo problems.
Aaron, I didn't say anything about them.
Kate, it's funny that you should mention that. Speaking of Mo's, we went to the launch of Movember at Fed Square earlier this month. Let's see what happened.
Okay, so here we are today launching down at Federation Square. Beautiful sunny day here in Melbourne. Perfect moustache growing weather, I think. So the way that it works is Mo Bros and Mo Sisters, or Mo Bros in particular here, start the month clean shaven and then across those 30 days become a walking, talking, furry billboard for men's health and garner support from their friends and family to sponsor their Mo growing efforts. So Movember is all about changing the face of men's health, specifically prostate cancer, testicular cancer and mental health. Massive lineup here today, shave downs from Gillette, get everyone nice and clean shaven. This will be coming off from there. I've been working on it for a while and it's coming off, getting ready for a massive month.
Monty definitely has hands down had the best moustache in the band. It was so notorious that for this 3-month period that he had it, it developed like a name, and it kind of started to affect his personality a bit. So the mustache's name is Craig. Apart from that, I've grown a mustache before, but it's more like pencil, like a bit closer to the top lip. Yeah, it's a bit more of a European take.
I just encourage everyone out there to get to Movember.com, get behind a Mo Bro or a Mo Sister and help to change the face of men's health.
How cool is that?
There's a lot of people supporting a great cause
It's
there,
amazing.
and it's really good to see it's growing every single year.
I think I should grow one.
You've already got a little bit of
Yeah,
something
I've got
going
it
on.
happening. I've got it happening.
Well, we're here to talk Movember with Chief Operations Officer of Movember, Jason Hinks. Welcome, Jason.
Nice to be here.
Tell us, how did Movember start?
So Movember started just a stone's throw away from the studio here in Fitzroy as a conversation between two blokes about things that had gone out of fashion and hadn't come back. And one of the things that they identified was those iconic 70s mustaches. So, Dennis Lilly off the long run with the open shirt and the gold chains. And so a couple more beers, no doubt, and they decided they were going to make a bold proclamation to bring back the mustache. And that was really where the Movember concept was born.
I love that.
Now, this episode's going to air towards the end of the campaign. Now, you are currently 8 days in, and you've already got a pretty good patch going on there. I was saying in the break just before, it's very Breaking Bad-esque.
Yeah.
What style are you actually going for this year?
Well, I'm glad that you pointed out that we're only in the 8th day of this, because this would be fairly ordinary towards the end of the month.
That's right. Still to hit puberty, people. He's getting there.
It's a problem. But I think that every year I kind of have these aspirations to go for the connoisseur or the rock star or those more styled mustaches. But I end up with the same thing, which is similar to a toothbrush. So it's either when you look at the style guide, it's either the undercover brother or the boxcar is what I end up with. So regardless of intention, the same sad mustache every year.
And so I hear that this year you're branching out and you've started something called Mo Sisters.
Yeah, so the Mo Sisters have been around really since the beginning of the campaign.
Cool.
But you know, the Mo Sisters don't have a physical requirement for the campaign, so everyone can breathe a sigh of relief. There's no need for the Mo Sisters to grow a mustache. But they can get involved and they can register and they can fundraise and share their experiences. And really, one of the other important roles of the Mo Sister is really supporting the men of their life, not only just in getting involved in the campaign and growing the mustache and putting up with the mustache for 30 days. But also encouraging men to be more involved with their health. So, you know, quite often it's the women in our lives that get us to go along with the doctor or get us to kind of speak up when there's something not going so well. So the Mo Sisters play an important role both in terms of active fundraisers, donors, but also those influencers in our lives.
Speaking of putting up with the moustaches, maybe you could do some kind of dual sponsorship with Vaseline or a paw company or something to help with that shaving rash, the beard rash there that they get when the moustaches start to grow a little bit.
Yeah, there's like that's you know, iconic Australian term, the pash rash, which is fairly common during Movember.
Now, the growing of the moustaches for Movember is the fun part, but there's a more serious side. Now, what is the cause actually helping? What is the more serious side?
Yeah, so Movember obviously raises funds and awareness, and it's in a number of areas. So the first is prostate and testicular cancer research, and this is the first year that we've been supporting testicular cancer research, so a really important evolution of the campaign. The next is survivorship programs. So they are programs that are aimed at men who have been diagnosed with prostate and testicular cancer, help them through their post-diagnosis and beyond. So lots of programs to make sure that they're supported during that journey. And finally, men's mental health. So we know that mental health is a significant problem in Australia. So the funds raised go towards programs in the area of men's mental health, but also raising awareness to reduce the stigma around mental health in Australia.
It's such a great cause, Jason, so thank you so much for coming in. And remember, if you'd like to send in some last-minute donations, get online and visit movember.com.au.
Aaron, is there anything you'd want to randomly learn or anything you'd wish you'd learned earlier talking about Movember?
Weird. Oh, okay.
Say like knitting or a musical instrument.
Maybe I would like to learn the Portuguese language.
Right. Is that so? Is that to understand your girlfriend when she talks to you?
No, just because I get really technical with my orders at Nando's, to be honest.
Right. Yes. Okay.
Well, I see where you're going. And
Yeah.
we went out and asked the public the same question, and here is the result.
Like to learn French.
Oddly enough, Latin.
I'm trying to study a little bit because my daughter's learning French.
It's only when I was very mature that I understood why Latin is so important.
Mandarin.
Definitely German.
Although I'm Chinese, I want to learn Mandarin.
I think it's very close to English and it's also very close to Latin.
Maybe Italian.
Spanish, I think.
Because I'm a big fan of opera.
Yeah, I don't know, it just seems cool.
Functionally, I guess I'd want to learn Mandarin, or what is now Chinese.
In my future, I'd love to continue learning more Spanish. And I think once you have one language, it makes it easier to pick up other languages.
For just being able to function in the new world. But I'd really like to learn Italian. I think it's interesting.
That's a good question, because I study Italian.
I think I'd like to learn Dutch, because it's a weird language that weird people speak.
I'd like to learn Klingon.
Coming up next, let's play the fun sport of lawn bowls.